Hello, my name is Ben Watara, and welcome to today's episode of the I Am Possible podcast. And in today's episode, I would like to challenge you. I would like to give you a little exercise that you can do for yourself when you're facing a problem, when you're facing a situation that you don't want to have in your life, especially when it's something that keeps repeating. But it could also be something that you're just stuck in right now. Because on your journey to succeeding, on the journey to the top, to making the impossible possible, to following your dreams, you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have problems, you're going to have circumstances that you don't want or that you don't know how to deal with. And that's what we consider problems. Most of the times, problems are temporary. We had a lot of problems in our past and we solved them somehow. I once heard the definition of the word problem, which was a problem is nothing but a question that doesn't have an answer yet. At least not an answer that you're satisfied with. Like there might be a possibility to solve this, but you don't want to go there. Maybe it's going to cost too much money, or you're going to lose something. So you're trying to find a better solution for that problem. You're looking for a better answer to this question. It's a big question mark in the room, and you need to fix that. You need to find out why or how to solve that. Now you see, a lot of us, I count myself in because that happened to me many times. When I was stuck in my life, is because I was putting all the power on external forces. What I mean with that is I was complaining and blaming. I was putting all the fault on the external, no matter what it was. I started a new project and it didn't go well, so it was my team's fault or my client's fault, or you trying to sell something and the market doesn't respond to it, so it's a stupid product, or it's not good, the market doesn't want it, there's no market for it, there's no need for it. You're in a relationship, it's other people, so you start to blame and complain. If only other people would change or behave differently, then everything would be fine. And that is a very weak position to be in, because you're only going to be dependent on luck. If things change, if the industry change, if the weather changes, if the other people change their behavior, or you can take matters into your own hands and actually do something about it. But before you do anything, you need to think in the right direction. That's where mindset comes in. Now, there are a lot of things that might seem unfair, or might seem like they're happening to you, or might seem like you did everything right, but still it's not working. And you can take any example with that. You can say, I don't know, like I motivate my children to do their homework and they still don't do it. Or I try to motivate my team to work harder and they keep up showing up late and they miss the deadlines, or whatever situation it might be. I presented everything perfectly, but the client does not want that project. And I just can't seem to make money with this, or I'm not getting a raise. I can't bring up 1,000 examples right now, but what is the problem that you have in your life right now? What is one situation that you have that you don't have a solution for? That's why you kind of feel stuck. And then you just tell yourself, I am the problem. Not I am possible this time. I am the problem. And it might seem weird. You might say, why should I blame myself right now for the problem? Because the thing is this: if you are the problem, then you are also the solution. If anything else or anyone else is the problem, well, then you're the victim. Then you're passive. Then you can't do anything. So you need to own the problem. That is the first step. You need to own it. You are responsible for whatever happens, even for other people behaving a certain way and you having a negative impact on that. You are responsible for that, for the situation, for the whole thing. And now you can start becoming creative. So let's say you told your children 100 times to do their homework, they're not doing it properly or on time. Now, if you blame them, they're just lazy, they're not listening to you, then now it means that you did everything right. You don't have to change anything. It's just they need to change. Now, if you say, I am the problem, what can I do? How can I change my approach? I don't know. I tried everything I knew. Maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe I can ask an expert. Maybe I can read a book. Maybe I can learn more about them. Maybe I can ask more questions. Maybe my rules, maybe I'm not strict enough. Maybe I'm too loose, whatever it is. But now you can start becoming creative with the solution. You can start to look in a direction that you didn't look at before, because a lot of times when we blame, we're stuck. If you have a team and people keep showing up late, I am the problem. I did not communicate clearly enough that people need to respect my time. How did I do that? Maybe I just assumed that just because I said we're meeting at this time that everyone should come. Maybe I should have a bigger punishment. Maybe I should not be in a commitment with these people. But it's still my responsibility, because if I keep going through it over and over and over again, I need to kind of look at, okay, I am still responsible for being in a partnership and in a team with them. This is my decision. I created an amazing product and I put it out on the market. No one is buying it. I am the problem. There is something that I did not do right. I overlooked something. Maybe I can adjust my marketing. Maybe my communication wasn't right. Maybe I can fix something on the product. Maybe that is one of the things. But what can I do? How am I responsible for this? And you see, it doesn't mean that I blame myself and now I feel bad for myself. It's like, yeah, everything is my fault. Because you see some people, they go into this blame mode. They say, no, everything is my fault. It's not your fault, it's me. But then they don't use that power to do anything. That doesn't get you anywhere. It's not about blaming yourself. You know, if you look at it objectively, it might be someone else's. Like if someone comes late or your children don't do their homework, it's still their responsibility. They're not taking certain actions that can be positive for them, or they're not doing what is expected of them. So there is still an implication. Doesn't mean that everyone else is relieved of responsibility, but it doesn't help you to focus on other people and their change or situation and their change for you to be able to move forward. So this is just a psychological shift, because that's nothing what mindset is. If you look at certain things from a certain perspective, it will create emotions. And these emotions can empower you or disempower you. Now, what emotions can you start to create that will empower you to go into action? Even if something was unfair, even if someone came up to you, how are you responsible? I am the problem. Whatever problem I have, I am the problem. Entertain that thought in your mind and just look at it. If I am the problem, what can I do? What can I change? What can I transform? What can I create within me that is going to create the solution? Because if I'm not part of the solution, I'm also part of the problem. That's also, you have a lot of quotes that go around this topic of you are both the problem and the solution, so this kind of sentence that you can say to yourself when you have a problem, just entertain that thought. Just ask yourself right now in your life, what is something you would consider a problem? What is something that maybe has came up again and again and again and again and is always a problem? Maybe with a certain person, maybe with a certain situation, maybe with a certain client, maybe with a certain, whatever it is, own it. I am the problem. Now, how can I be the solution? And then start writing it down. Start writing down 10 things that you could do right now, but with that mindset of I am the problem and I am the solution. So if you got any questions on that, feel free to message me. I have the I Am Possible Facebook group where I do live streams as well. So you can just ask me questions there. I'm going to pick up a couple of the questions, maybe to create a new podcast on it and, just add a couple of, other topics to that, or I can do a live stream. But if there's any feedback, any questions that you have, feel free to message me on Facebook or email me. All the contacts are in my show notes, and the link to the Facebook group is also in the show notes. And I wish you a beautiful day. Move forward, and don't forget, only when you own every single problem that you have in your life, you are in the power position to transform it. And usually in your biggest challenges and your biggest problems lay your biggest opportunities. But a lot of people are just delaying and pushing back and blaming and complaining and putting the power to the outside, and then they're victims of their own lives instead of being the ones that are in charge of their own life. And if you want to make the impossible possible, you have to be proactive. You have to step up. You have to move forward. And you need courage. There will be certain things that you need to face or need to do that will be uncomfortable. But this is the growth process. And this is learning and growing. Until I stop breathing, I will not stop to grow. And always remember that I am possible.